Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to draw the isometric view of this figure here and also of this figure. After that, we are now going to draw the orthographic view of this figure and also of this figure. So first of all, let me draw out the isometric view of this. Now if you look at when you hear the word isometric, the first thing you have to do is to draw your isometric axis like this. You draw your inclined axis this way, horizontal axis like this, and you draw the vertical axis like this. We'll call it the y-axis, right? And you draw the x-axis, which is this, and you draw the z-axis, which is this, right? Which is this. Now this is the first thing you need to do: your y-axis, your x-axis, and your z-axis. Now the x-axis here is for drawing the length. The y-axis is for drawing the height, and the z-axis is for drawing the width. Now it can change, right? So let's first draw out the total length that we have here. Now if you look at this very well, you're going to discover that this is the x-axis here, because if I put in my inclined axis this way, everything here is x, this is z, and this is what? Y. If you look at everything facing this side, looking from this direction, from here to here is 40, right? And if you trace it from here to here is like saying from here to here, which is also from here to here, they're all parallel, and that is 50. So the x like this is 40 plus what? 50, and that is what? 90. So I'm going to draw 90 millimeter. So I'll start from here and I'll measure 90 millimeter. This is my reference point, 0. So I'll start moving from 0 straight down to 90. Right? So this is what we have here. Is that taken? Now that's my entire length. Then the entire width, let's see. And if you look at this, looking at this side, facing this direction here, you're saying distance from here to here is also from here to here, and that's giving us what? 50. Now that is 50 from this point to this point. Then we have another extra one which is here, and that is what? 10. So this 10 plus this 50, we say that what? Our width there is 60 millimeter. So I'll go measure 60 millimeter, starting from this point here. This is 60 here. Right? And the total height, let's see what the total height is on the y-axis. Now that means we're looking vertical. So from here, the lowest point here to the highest point here is giving us what? 70. So my total height is 70. So I'm going to measure 70 from this point. And this is the 70. Right? Now, what I'm going to do, those points, I'm going to draw their vertical line on those points. So from here that I measured 90, I am going to draw the vertical line upward, right? Then from here also, I'm going to draw the vertical line upward. Right? Then the next thing I'm going to do is to close up this. Close it up. Connect the vertical line here using your set square, 30-degree set square, because any line you're drawing should be at an axis of what, 30 degree. So whatever I did here, I'm going to do it here also. So when I come here, I'm going to just draw the inclined line here to this point, right? And I'll come here also. I'm going to do the same thing here to this point. You can see that. So after doing that, so you close here up also. Just make it form a box at all those points. Now this is the box that I have formed out, right? Now we'll continue. We'll now start drawing what we have to draw. So from here, from this point to this point is given as 50, right? So first of all, I'll draw out the 50. So let's do that and see. So I'm going to start from the back here and measure 50. This is 50. From 0 to 5 is 50, right? Then I'll take it up. Faint line first, right? I'll make it form a box. Form a box. So we have the 50 and it is thickened. So if I measure out that 50, I'll close it up here too. Just close it up here. And here too. Just bring out the four corners of it out. Now this is, I brought out this four corner. Let me see at point 1 to this point, to this point, to this point, and so on. So I brought out the box. Now if you look at this carefully, right? Let's do this. I started from the back here, right? And I measured 50. Now if you look at this, from the back here is thickened, and here also is thickened, including here also is thickened. So I'll start from the back and I'll thicken this four part out, right? But before I will do that, I need to cut out this, which is 10. So I need to remove 10 from the x-axis. So I'll remove 10 from this direction here. So this point here you are seeing is this point, right? So I'll measure 10 inward to remove that figure out. So let's measure the 10. So this is 10 here. That is the 10. So I'm going to remove that out of the figure. So with the help of my t-square and set-square, I'll just remove it out. I'll remove it out. So I've cut out that. So it means that the four corners I want to thicken, which is here, 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 and here, I will thicken them just to make our work more easier. So I'll thicken from this point back to this point. Right, that part. So this point to this point is this point to this point, and the next point will be this to here and here to here. So let's do that. So taking it, then here to here. That what we have there. So I brought out that aspect. Now the next thing is from here to here, I'll thicken it. So from here to here is from here to here. So this is what we do. That just thicken here. Right. So we'll move forward from this ending here back to the other ending. This end is an ending here. If I should complete this diagram here, there's one point here, which is this point here, right? So I've already drawn it to this point, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'll not thicken it yet. This is from this ending here to this point. I'm not taking here, but I have something that I'm going to draw. And what is that? Is this here. So for me to get to this point, I need to measure 30 from the point, from this point downward, 30. So let's measure that 30 and see. So this point here is where I'm starting from. So this point is this point, right? So I'm going to measure 30 inward. So when I measure the 30, I'll start from here to this point is 30, right? So at that point, I'll just use my t-square and I'll take it up a little bit this way. I'll just draw my faint line. This point here, you can see that. And if I should move on, I've gotten to this point, then the thickness, which is here, is 10. So I'm going to measure another 10, then I'll measure a height of 40. So height of 40, then 10, right? So let's do that. From here, we'll measure height of 40. Which is here. Then I'll close it up, placing this on my t-square. Like this. Then at that point, I'm going to measure 10 on that line. So from here to here, this is 10 here. Right? So that 10, I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down this way. And this is where it is meeting. So that's a 10. So what am I going to do? If you notice something, this part is elongated from this point here, which is the 30 that I measured. From here to here is 30. I elongated it out at a distance of 40, right? Where this is going to meet it. So what I will do is I've already measured the entire distance. So I'll just elongate this with a distance of 40. So this point here is this point here. So I'll just use my, since I've already measured the entire length, so I don't have to re-measure it again. I'll just use my set square and t square. Then I'll bring this outward. I'll thicken it because it's thickened. You can see that. Then I'm going to join here to here. Then I'll close it up. Right now, if you notice, from here to here is 10. So I'll just take my t square and set square, take it to this, from here to here is 10, right? So I'll move it to that 10, right? With those faint line, I'll stop here. So this is where I will now join these two together. So you can use your rule to join this inclined point. You see I'm using here to be faint line because of I cannot see it. Then I'll close it up. Is that taken? And I'll close it up. So this works. Then I'm going to extend from here to this point, and I'll close it up to this point too. To this point is this point to this point, right? So there's a line that is coming down, a thickened line, which I'm going to thicken downward. So let me do that. So this point is this point. So I'm going to take it down from here to this point. It's thickened. Right? Now, the next thing we're going to do here is the figure that is here. At this point here is this point. So the height of this figure is giving us 30. So I'm going to measure 30 upward. So from here, I'll measure 30 upward. So with the help of my rule, I'll measure 30. Right? And I'm going to thicken it from here to here. I'll thicken it, and I'll take it in with my set square, because your lines must be parallel so to touch here. Can you see that? So I'll move from here to here, which is from here to here. So I'll now connect from here to here, which is from here to here. So connect it straight with my rule. Can you see that? Now the next thing I'm going to do is at this point here, I'll draw horizontal, as in my parallel line, just a little bit, faint line first, this way, and here also this way. Now what I just did here, this point here and this point is this point and this point. So I just drew this line here. So what is the length of this line? The length of this line is given to be 15. I'm going to measure 15 outward here. So measure 15 from here, 0 to this point here is giving us 15. Right? Then I'll just thicken it. And I'll close it up with my t-square. And close it up also with my t-square. Then I'll bring this down So from here to here, and here is from here to here and here, right? So I'll just connect this way. So close it up. The line is already there. That means the line is not there, then use your t-square and set square. So I'll just close it up this way. So it's not going in. And I'll tell you why when I'm done. Now you can see that. Now we're moving forward. There's an opening here, right? So I'll do that opening there. So let me show you. Now this opening, right? So what I will do is, if you look at this, from here to here is 20, from here to here is 20. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll measure 20 from the left and 20 from the right. So 20 from the left, from here, you measure 20. So this is 0 and this is 20. Then 20 from the right. So if I do the same thing, from 2 to 0 is another 20, right? So I can easily just stick in that aspect there. Right? This is what we have. And I'll bring it down with my set square and t-square. Dot faint line first of all. And here also faint line first of all. So what is the depth of that? So let's look at it. So the depth of that from here to here, if you look at the line, it's given us 20. So I measure 20 down. So this point to here is this point down. So I measure 20 there. So this is 20 here, right? So I can just easily check in that point there. Right? And I'll close it up with the help of my t-square and set square. So I'll close it up. Then I'll close it up too, just like it is showing you. Now you can see that. And I can easily take this in this way. So at this edge here, I'll just draw an horizontal line first of all, this way, faint line, and what? Faint line first. Now what is the thickness of that? Now let's look at it. That means this point here, inward, is this point inward. And this point inward is just given as what? As 10. So I'll measure 10 inward, right? So when I measure the 10 inward, I'll also thickness between here and here is also 10. So this is what I will do. I'll measure 10 all through like this. At this point, I'll measure 10 inward. From 1 to 0 is 10. This is 10 inward, right? And I'll use my t-square. I'll place it on my set square like this, right? Then I'll just draw a faint line this way, another one this way, right? Now at the ending also, I'll measure 10 10. I'll measure 10 10. From here to here is 10, and from here also to here is 10. So I can easily just thicken it if I want to. This is 10, and this is another 10. I'll close it up. And I'll close it up. So I'll measure the 10 there. And at that ending, I'll use my t-square and set square. I'll take this in a little bit. And I'll take this in a little bit. Right? Let me make it touch the back here. And here too, touch the back here. Now if you look at it, it's also 10 millimeter. That's why I say 10 all through. So I'll measure 10 here. This is 10. And this is another 10. Right, so I'll just on this back here, I'll taking it up to this point. Right, and I can easily use my t-square, then I'll close it up, then I'll come here also, and I'll close it up. Now this is what we have here. So I said 10, so these are the 10 I'm talking about. So we said from this point to this point is 10, and from here to here is 10, which is from here to here is the 10, just like you see here. You measure the 10, and from here to here is 10, right? So we're bringing this in, and we're bringing this in. So from here down is from here down. So I'm going to take it down. You can see that, and also here also be coming down. So stop here, just like you can see. So we have successfully drawn this out. We've done this. So the next thing we'll be doing, this is the diagram that is displayed at the top right corner of your screen, which we have replicated in isometric. Now there's some things that I didn't really bring out here, which are the hidden line. So let me just bring out the hidden line, which you are not asked to do, just to give you a better information of why it's like that. So since all these are faint line, so it means that what we cannot see them, the external part of the block is blocking them. So what can we use to replicate them? We're going to use what is called an hidden line. So I'll put my hidden line here, which will give me dash 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 dash, just like that. Right, and here also the same dash, this point we have dash 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 dash, just like that. Right, then here too, dash 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 dash. This is how you show hidden features. And here also and here also. Right, then behind the two we have another dash here, which I'm going to put this point here. You see this line that's coming down here, giving us dash 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 and dash. All right, then here also at this point, let me just do that. From here we have the dash here, dash, 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 and from the top we have this dash, 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 then here dash, dash, dash. Now we're moving forward. Dash, 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 dash. Now still at this point too, can have here this way, and then this way. Right, now we're not done. So through inside, we're going to be having from here. This is the dash, 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 so that it is hidden line into, right? Then here also and here. These are the hidden features. And here these are the parts that you are not going to see. Recording the hidden line. So this is what we have, right, to show the hidden features if we are asked to. These are the parts of the line that we are not going to see. Now, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button.